From patriotic songs,
Holy Mary, Mother of God,
to prayers, Catholics showed up in force outside the Civic Center protesting the Black Mass.
For Catholics, it's the most grievous offense against God that you can commit.
The Church of Satan was created in 1966 by Howard's and son LaVey. LaVey was born on April 11, 1930. In his life, he worked in the Chicago Police Department and he founded the Church of Satan. LaVey died on October 29, 1997. In his biography, many events about his life have been changed. He wrote 2 books, The Satanic Bible in 1969 and The Devil's Notebook in 1992. He also had 2 albums. The Satanic Mass was created in 1994 and Satan Takes a Holiday was made in 1995. The membership of the Satanic Bible works like this. You don't have to solicit a membership, but members are not permitted to have any religious contact with people that are non-members of this cult. You cannot go to other masses or have any religious contact with other people. Satanists have several beliefs. They believe that self-care is one of the highest laws. Satanism is not concerned with pursuing violence or evil. They are more concerned that we enjoy earthly pleasures of life. Suicide does not look good. Satanists believe that vengeance and hatred is natural in humans. They do not practice ritual sacrifices on humans or animals. They believe animals and children are pure. Satanics have 3 rituals. The first one is sex ritual. The purpose of this ritual is to be desired by the others one's love. They have the compassion ritual, performed for a loved one to increase overall happiness and ensure good health. And they have the destruction ritual. This is performed against an enemy or hatred for a person. There are 9 satanic statements. First statement is that Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence. The second statement is that Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams. The third statement is that Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. The fourth statement is that Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. The fifth statement is that Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. Statement number 6 is that Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires. Statement number 7 is that Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, sometimes more often worse than those that walk on all fours, who because of this divine spiritual and intellectual development has become the most vicious animal of all. Statement number 8 is that Satan represents all of the so-called sins, as they all led to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. And the last statement, which is number 9, is that Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he kept it in business all these years. I find all of these statements odd, negative, offensive, blasphemous, and opposite to the church. Most of these statements are opposite to what Christ and God has taught us. The Satanics have 11 rules of the earth. Do not give opinions or advice unless you are asked. Do not tell your troubles to others unless you are sure they want to hear them. When I, in another's lyre, show him respect, or else do not go there. If a guest in your lyre annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. Do not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal. Do not take that which does not belong to you unless it's a burden to the other person and he cries out to be relieved. Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. Do not complain about anything to which you need not subject yourself. Do not harm little children. Do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked or for your food. When walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. This cult is the opposite of Christianity. They praise who we are told not to fall into temptation of. These people need enlightenment, need to know Jesus, need to get closer to Jesus, because all they believe is the opposite we are taught.
Florida family of 3 murdered in Wiccan ritual killing. An elderly woman and her 2 adult sons were found dead in their home last week in a triple homicide that police say may have been a ritualistic murder linked to last week's blue moon. Authorities believe that 3 days before the victims were found, someone the family knew entered the home. It is believed they were then killed as part of a ritual related to witchcraft. The 3 victims were found dead in their home Friday during a welfare check. All 3 reportedly had their throats slit and are believed to have been bludgeoned with a claw hammer. The family had been described as, quote, reclusive, and none of their neighbors, interviewed by investigators, had ever entered their home.
Satanism has influenced other religions like Wicca and the Occult. These religions praise Satan and try things that are out of normal. The Wiccans believe that you have to work to achieve balance and harmony within nature and self. They are very in touch with nature. They are peaceful, harmonious, and balanced way of life. They believe in earth, fire, water. They also believe in the Lady and the Lord. This is a kind of manifestation of the feminine and masculine forces of nature, each having unique characteristics that when combined result in the harmonious creation of life. Nowadays, Wicca is described as a cult that is based on ancient witchcraft tradition. Its definition is a modern pagan religion with spiritual roots in the earlier expressions of reverence for nature. Some major identifying motives are reverence for both the goodness and God, acceptance of reincarnation and magic, ritual observance of astronomical and agricultural phenomena, and the uses of magical circles for ritual purposes. Also, this religion is described as witchcraft, which believe in using magical powers to kill people, to hurt people. They also use animals and people in these rituals. This cult is totally against Christianity, since they use the devil, demons, and satanic forces to supposedly apply these powers. In conclusion, compared with Christianity, these cults are totally against Christianity, since they praise the devil, make rituals, kill people, kill animals. pray to the devil, do things against God, are against the sins, and do almost everything against Christianity. And this is not what Jesus has teach us.